The only reason why I make videos is to inspire other people, because you never know what somebody going through. That's why I talk about a lot of things, because you never know my situation somebody else might be dealing with too. And you might be helping them feel better about their situation because you talking about it, you know? A lot of people going through a lot of the same situations as other people. But the difference is most people won't talk about it. So when you get a person like me where I talk about situations like, damn, yeah, I done been through that too. It makes a difference. Your struggle has meaning. Your pain has purpose. And your story is worth telling. But you never told them. What is good, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. For those who don't know me, my name is Monty. For those who've been around for a while, I appreciate you for tuning in to another video. Appreciate you for tuning in to another one. On this channel, you know I talk about real life, talk about a whole lot. And there's going to be another one. Shout out to all my new people as well. Now, I'm pretty sure if you click this video, I'm guessing that you're going through a rough time. Maybe you living in your car, and maybe you just trying to figure out life, you know. Either way it go, I want you to know something. No matter what you're going through, whatever it is, it does not define you. Whether you deal with anxiety, depression, you've been out of a job for a couple months, even a year, no matter what you dealing with right now, that situation does not define you. It's just a chapter, like I always say, that people have to read. I look at life as a book. And this is a chapter that you hate right now, much like everybody else, but you gotta read it. And it's in a much bigger story and bigger picture. But that's not even the best part. The best part of this story is that you are the hero of it. Now I'm gonna talk about what that means, right? What it means is you have the power to take control of your life. You do. And when life feels like it's just falling apart, you feel stuck, overwhelmed, defeated, whether you're sleeping in your car, no matter what it is, I want to remind you that you have the power to change your narrative. You do. And the first thing to help with that is just accepting the type of situation that you're in right now. I'm human just like y'all, bro. I go through stuff myself. I done been through stuff myself. And one thing I have learned is the hardest thing for you is going to be accepting where you at. You know, admitting that you're there in the chapter that you hate right now, whether you living in your car, facing debt like I was, dealing with depression, anxiety, been out of a job, can't find a job, your parents on you because they think you ain't been looking for a job, and you trying to explain to them how hard it is to find one, and they not understanding. I've been there. I've been there. It's easy to feel embarrassed. It's easy to feel, what's the word I'm looking for? Ashamed, even. It's easy to feel like that. But to me, there is no shame in surviving. Not everybody's blessed or has things laid out on a silver platter. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody has that luxury. So I'm going to say it again. There's no shame in surviving. Everybody wants to be in competition with somebody. There's no shame. I don't see it in that. I don't. Every hero's journey begins with adversity. Every one. You just got to think about your favorite stories or movies you've watched. I got you. Hunger Games. Do we honestly think the girl in the movie wanted to go to a Hunger Games? No. It's the same way with you. Do you honestly think the challenges that you facing, you asked for it? I don't believe that. You asked to be depressed. You asked to have high anxiety. You asked for the interview to not go well. You asked for the job to not hire you. You asked to live in your car. I don't think so. But just like those heroes that you see in movies and stories, you had the power to rise above it as well. The other thing I learned is once I accepted this situation, it's changing the way that I look at my situation. You know, like having this type of shift in the way you think about stuff. I don't think about the same things in the same way as I used to. I had to change the way that I saw my situation. Instead of seeing it as the end of the road or just the end of everything for myself, I started seeing it as like what they call it, a plot twist, like in movies, right? I seen it as a plot twist. Heroes don't become heroes without going through the fire or going through some type of ringer or dealing with something. Something. That's exactly what you're doing right now. Right now, I'm sure there is a person that is sleeping in their car, and at night, all they do is cry. Pretty positive. There is a person right now who can't find a job and is ready to crash out, ready to just end it all. I know it. There is a person that is depressed right now that is in a room at night by themselves. They don't come out. They don't deal with people. I know it. I know it. The fact that you watching this video tells me that you haven't given up though. Yeah. Because I know how it feels to be like on that point of ready to give up. But I'm going to tell you, when you don't, that, my friend, right there is heroic to me. That right there. When you on your breaking point of, man, forget this. Much like I was. Much like I was. I had to let 1.6 million people and another 2.5 million people on Twitter see me like that. So don't tell me I don't know how it feels, because I do. Trust me. This is not a dead end for nobody. It's a detour. That's that, and this is where the shift of mindset has to come in. That's how I look at situations now. Like I used to be the type of person that'd be like, here we go again. Nah, not no more. That shift changed a lot in me. And the lessons you are learning right now, the resilience, the grit, the type of ability to adapt. Do you understand me? Those are lessons that will serve you for the rest of your life. For the rest of your life. This chapter of your life might be tough. Not even might. It probably is tough. It probably is. But it's preparing you for something way bigger than you will ever know. Trust me. I had to put my pride to the side a lot. Just people hearing my story. Once you hear the full story and you don't just go off of me saying that I worked 3 jobs and hate it. Once you hear the type of adversity I was facing while working, you get a better understanding. You get a better understanding once you realize that even with my story, you know, dealing with adversity, not only with the debt, but having to deal with people at work who trying to knock me out of what I need to achieve in my own life. Once you hear that and you see that, you get a better understanding of what I'm talking about right here. That shift in mindset was what did it for me. Yeah. The mindset is everything with life. The mindset is everything. The way you talk to yourself, the way that you think, the way that you see your situation, that's what determines whether you sink or swim, is what I'm telling you. That right there. If you keep telling yourself that things aren't going to work out, best believe they're not. If you keep telling yourself, oh, I want to do YouTube, but I can't do it, best believe that's what's going to happen. When you keep telling yourself these type of things, this is the end, I'm stuck, I'll never get out of this, that's exactly what's going to happen. But if you start telling yourself this is temporary, this is only for a moment, I'm learning, I'm growing. Talk to yourself like that. You're going to be your worst critic. I know I am. I know I am. Find a way out, then you're already winning. That's going to go over a lot of people's head. When you find a way out and you think like this, you'll start winning. I am my worst critic, even when it comes to when I do videos. I used to critique every little thing. Not anymore. I just say what's on my mind and I keep it going. I don't procrastinate over little things like that anymore. No. Because the message that I'm giving out, it's going to hit somebody. Somebody going to pick it up. When I was at a point where I was ready to give up, I told y'all that I started doing something that I felt was ridiculous at first, but it was having these affirmations and whiteboards around my house, right? Just having all these whiteboards and goals around everywhere. I'm talking about, and I still do to this day, but just having goals on my phone as a wallpaper, on all of them. Having goals in the bathroom, having goals on a whiteboard in my room. Just, I'm constantly seeing that. Every morning I would look and just see that. Or I'm in my car and I'm saying things like, we got it. We just need 2 more months or 3 more months of this and we good. We got to look at the bigger picture. Like, I always had my mind on the bigger picture of why I was doing things. And at first, I didn't believe it. Even when it came to this, I was real hard on myself when it came to doing YouTube. So I wish I gotta go back in the old videos, but something that struck me to just get back into doing it is seeing a comment that says this guy disappears like Corey Kenshin. Bro, just drop the videos. That lit a fire in me, but not only that, just what I was dealing with lit a fire in me to just get back to it. You know? So here's what I want you to do. Write down 3 affirmations that resonate with you. You know, I always tell y'all to go get this whiteboard, but don't nobody listen. Because I'm telling you, it changes your whole outlook on things and how you perceive stuff and how easily obtainable it is when you can see it. I know you heard the term, if you can see it, touch it, it's possible. God can strike me down now, but I kid you not, that is so truthful. So truthful. You just have to apply it to you. Maybe for your affirmation is, I'm worthy of a better life. I'm worthy of not being in this situation no more. Say them every day. Say them every day. But along with this, it got to be some type of action. Because I know a lot of y'all talk a real good game. Y'all talk a real good game. But the other problem is that there's no type of action behind none of it. And maybe you are having action behind what you're doing. But you the type of person that stops on the way. You take breaks on the way. Things don't work out, you stop completely. Like I told y'all in the beginning, I need y'all to persevere through that. I need you to work on that. Big time. Visualizing your future. See, this is where that whiteboard come into play. The thing that helped me was having the visual of it, you know, just like seeing it, picturing myself already there, picturing myself already doing it. I mean, I did it for this. What I'm doing right now is what I pictured I'd be doing right now. And I'm doing it. Looking at a whiteboard for a year to doing it. Mm. I don't know what yours is. Maybe yours is having your own apartment. One of mine was being debt free. I don't want no more debt. Or waking up every day with a sense of purpose. I know a lot of people don't have a sense of purpose. Maybe yours is that. Maybe yours is that one day you'll be able to find your purpose. Whatever it is, hold on to that vision. That's your North Star, in my opinion. That's the lighting fluid to me, the lighter fluid, right? That's what you're working towards. Is that, whatever that may be. And every small step that you take today, not tomorrow, not later, today, right now, today, brings you closer to that future. We got to have some action behind what we're talking about. Now, there's practical steps that you can do moving forward. I say it all the time. You need to have some type of routine for yourself. Yes, indeed. And this could be basic. Heroes don't just survive. You know, they don't just survive. They create structure for themselves. Do you understand me? When you living in your car, it's easy for the days to blur together. When you dealing with depression, it's easy for days to go by. It is. I know. It's easy. But having a routine can give you some type of sense of structure, sense of control. I have to do this by this. It puts you in a routine. Wake up at the same time every day. Set aside some time to look for jobs. Set aside some time to work on your goals. Set aside some time to work on things you would like to do, like this. If this is something you want to do, put some time into it. Work on it. You say you want to do this, but ain't post not one video. Why? You say you want to work on your goals and ain't did nothing to work towards them. Why? Because of your situation? That's an excuse. That's an excuse. It just has to give you some type of sense of purpose, right? Now let's talk about money. We all like money, right? When you living in your car, every dollar counts. It's only so much gig work you could do. You get me? It's only so much you could do to stack. You got to start by tracking every expense when you budgeting. I know for me, when I was trying to stack my first $20,000, $30,000, I wasn't spending no type of money. None. Like, no unnecessary money. Unless it was towards me reselling products. That was the only time I spent money. Because I didn't have business credit. All I had was personal credit. And I wasn't trying to go use up credit cards to buy products and stuff like that. I wanted to wait and do that until I got business credit. When I got business credit, it made it a lot easier for me to buy products offline and just use that credit. It's free money, basically. And then use those products and resell and then just pay off the credit card and keep the profits. That's how you do it. Okay? When it came down to budgeting, I was only spending money on basics. Food, gas, rent, that is it. The rest I was putting up towards paying off debt and building up an emergency fund savings. That's what I was working on. You got to look for ways to cut cost out of any little thing. Any little thing. You can even find resources from your community. Like I know where I'm from, out here, churches always do giveaways and stuff like that. You know, I remember saving a few dollars a week, you know, and it makes a difference. Mine's personally was unnecessary subscriptions for TV My phone bill was kind of high until I switched over to my carrier that I have now, and eating, just eating out. Them was my three. When I cut out eating, switched my carrier, that was killing two birds with one stone. I saved so much money, you know? And then just working on myself, like working on my business, figuring out how I can leverage, things just started to fall into place little by little. Not in the time that I wanted to, 2, 3 years ago when I wanted it to happen. It didn't happen that way for me. And it's going to be the same way for you. It don't happen on your time. That's a hard part that I had to swallow too. Like, things that I wanted to happen didn't happen on my time. I had to wait. I had to wait. Am I glad I waited? Yes. Yes, I am. Budgeting is about prioritizing what you need versus what you want. Get what you need, not what you want. You need to take small steps towards stability. I know that's what everybody wants. Stability, stability. Your ultimate goal should be creating that and having some type of financial freedom for yourself. But that won't happen overnight. You got to break it down into steps, man. You got to break it down into steps. Organize yourself correctly. Make a routine correctly. Finding the meaning in your struggle. Find the meaning in it. I know for me personally, because I don't want to put nobody out there or make them feel no type of way, you know, or feel like I'm calling them out. But for me, every great hero has this type of pain that they deal with, but they turn their pain into power. Right now, you're learning lessons that most people never experience. You learn a hell of a lot. Just speaking to a person living in their car, you learn a hell of a lot when you living out of your car. I'm going to tell you that much. You learning how to survive, adapt, and most importantly, persevere. I can't stress that word enough. You do. And those lessons are shaping you into someone stronger and wiser. They are, believe it or not. And I know it may not seem like that, but you are more capable than ever. You really are. You really are. All I do is motivate and inspire people. That's all I want to do. That's it. The beautiful thing about that is one day that could be you too. You know, like your story, you never know, might help somebody. You just never know. I know even when I tell mine, I motivate a lot of y'all, right? And that's all I'm saying is everybody got something that they dealing with. Even my situation, a lot of y'all might be going through the same thing. But since I'm just bold enough to just come out and say it, you know, like I done been through that too, or I done been through this. It makes a hell of a difference. It makes a hell of a difference. I made it through that, and so can you. And that's how true it is. Cause like when I be thinking about stuff that I done been through in my life, it made me feel some type of way. It do. But I also know how you could change your situation as well. Like I just know it. It's not easy. It's hard. I'm just being real with you. But is it possible? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Your struggle has meaning. Your pain has purpose. And your story is worth telling. Whether it's on here or whether you write it down. But I can tell you when it's on here, you never know who you can help. You never know. You never know. So I'm going to just leave y'all with that. I want you to remember this. Again, you are the hero of your own story. This chapter might be tough as all hell, but it's not the end. It's not the end. It's up to you to make that choice.